Yay! Hello, everybody. Hello, all of you. Hello, Andre. How did
Hello.
we get so lucky to have you on with us on our series? I am a JCF. Of course, I know that. So, are you guys wondering what we're gonna talk about this time? Um, I'm very excited for this topic because it is such a cool topic, and Andre is one of the Joy of Business facilitators living in, where do you live?
São Paulo, Brazil.
Cool. So I am very excited for you to share with us a little bit or a lot of what you know as a Joy of Business facilitator. What would you like to share with us today?
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so excited to be here. And I'm a JCF. Of course, I know that my life is my business is my life. And
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
I'm on the way discovering that because I was just telling before that I ran away so much from the business classes. I got to know Access in 2018, and I became a CF in 10 months, and then I became a maestro, and everything was changing in my life. And I had a pretty successful business as a facilitator and practitioner of access consciousness. But for me, I was not doing business, I was doing consciousness. There was something completely apart from business. And then I became a maestro, and I was like, okay, I did everything I wanted to do and I accomplished so much in so little time. What else is there for me to explore? And I started asking questions like, where is my next step? What else is possible here? And the business classes started showing up in my awareness. And I was so reluctant because I was like, oh, if I take a business class, like a business then different class, it's going to be something so cold and far away from consciousness because I love changing people's lives and contributing to it, but business, there has nothing to do with it. So I, I, I thought a little bit with the idea of taking a class. And when I took my first one, I really started to realize that I was in business. I was always in business even before Access. And I had such a good time creating my business and changing the world and really changing my financial reality. And I just got so aware of how many of us have no idea of what's Access points of view about business. Because if you are alive and you have blood on your veins, you are truly in business. You can acknowledge that and really start choosing like first person choices in your life, or you can just not acknowledge that and live your life doing the best you can when you don't realize that you are creating. Am I being clear? Like, because this is so fascinating.
It's amazing. Go for it. Like whatever you're tapping into, and I'm gonna jump in as well. That is so beautiful, and I didn't say a word because it makes so much sense to me. So, any of you out there listening to this, have you been living a life where you think you do not have anything to do with business, and then maybe if you went to a Joy of Business class, a Business Done Different class, um, maybe you will discover how much you're actually doing business and being business.
Totally. And I love Simone Milas as the founder of Joy of Business and or the author of the book. She always brings in such a beautiful way for us that we are the CEOs of our lives. We can acknowledge that and start to apply the tools and choosing in a different way, or we can just like live our lives choosing a little bit, but believing that we are not the creators of everything that is showing up. Because when you take a business class and when you start to apply the tools in your day to day life, you really get to acknowledge, realize, and expand the way that you create everything relationships, your body, your communion, your family. Because You're the CEO of everything that is showing up. It's not just about money, selling, and your work, your job. It's really about acknowledging that you are in business in every way and you are the CEO. If you acknowledge it, and I know I'm being a little repetitive, but I love it so much. If you acknowledge that you are the freaking CEO of everything, you really get to a level of choice and a level of presence in what you're creating that you no longer are going to enjoy creating tons of shit sometimes and blaming everybody else. You're going to be like, okay, if I'm the creator of this and this is not showing up the way I want it to, what else can I choose? Where can I educate myself to create something different in regards to my family, my relationship, my income, my debts and everything? So it was personally something that got me to fall in love instantly with Joy of Business tools. And I became a CF 3 months after I took my first Joy of Business class. That I became a JCF, a Joy of Business facilitator, because I was like, if I was living access, like living in a meaning that my life was becoming a facilitator and everything, and I was so reluctant to take a business class and I was so unaware of everything that it could contribute. I was like, I really need to expand this to everybody and let them know that Joy of Business classes are for everybody. If you do have a business, if you don't have like an entity of a business, but you work for someone, some enterprise, some company, like it's about your life. It's about being free to create whatever you desire in all aspects. And that just, yeah, I love it.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is brilliant. Thank you so much for that. And one of the things that I loved about what you said, I loved everything, but one of the things was that the perspective of you do not acknowledge, most of us have not been taught to acknowledge that we are choosing everything, that we are being the creators and the CEOs, as you said, of our lives, of whatever we are choosing to do. So that in particular, the acknowledgement of what role you have in your life, which you already are, but if you kind of are the captain of a ship and then you just avoid looking at the commands, or you're avoiding to acknowledge that you're the captain,
Yes.
that's not really gonna get the ship anywhere, which is your life. So I really love that, the acknowledgement and the fact that anyone can do this, like Joy of Business classes. If you're on these lives, on this live, whether now or in the future, and I'm so sorry if the sound is a bit weird, I am not sure why, but my computer is doing a bit of a weird sound. Maybe I should put on some earphones. Let's see.
It's awesome
um,
for me.
yeah, but I hear a kind of an echo coming.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully it will come out good. As good as as you're listening for it. um, so if you are totally new to this, please go check out the Joy of Business book, written by Simone Milasas. That is a great way to great place to start. So if you haven't, just do that. And then I have dropped a few links below the Access Joy of Business website, that is also above, and then simonemills.com/bdd, where you can find the next Business Done Different class. But also, what is it that in this conversation, in whatever Andre is saying, has inspired you? Please let us know. And if you have questions, also write them down somewhere so we can also contribute to you with that. And Andre, I would like to ask you something different as well. What is it that you have been using as a tool that you have not really Like that is very simple that you can share with people to just be simply in business and acknowledge themselves as the CEOs of their life.
You know what I love? It's like the ways that we get invited to use to apply the tools to our life. So I always tell people, if you are the CEO of a big company and something shitty happens, why are you the CEO? Because you have the capacity to to watch it from a distance. I always play with people like take the zoom out. You have to be able to see it from far away so you get perspective. So I love to always expand and to look at the business things and even like, oh, I want to double my income or there's something going on with the people in my business. Okay, what perspective do you have space and to apply the tools? Because if we're trying to look from a finite point of view and we are just following our feelings about this, we're not gonna actually be able to create some change, some massive change. So what is relevant? Every time you feel that you encounter a problem or something that you're not being able to change or doesn't know how to, just take a deep breath and take the zoom out. Just expand and trying to find a way to see it like from as an eagle would see it from far away and like, what is relevant here? Is this really relevant? Because if we focus on a problem, you never get to the solution because all problems are lies and lies are unsolvable. So if you have something going on, like, is this relevant? And if the first answer that comes is like a huge yes, it's not relevant. It's just like the lies and the points of views and the implants of stuff. But it's almost, I don't know if you perceive the same as I, but I love that the muscle that we can develop with the business tools is like tons of new tools, but also the transformation of the tools that we already have. We become able to apply them in such a beautiful way and more effective way. So please always become space and expand to see beyond the point of view that you're currently having with that issue or with something that you want to change. And start asking what's relevant about this and what are the infinite possibilities.
I love that.
Yeah.
you
Do you
like you
perceive the same?
you can apply that with anything. Sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, like I asked you if you perceive the same that it
Yes.
gives us tons of tools, but also changes the way that we apply every tools that we had before.
Yeah, definitely. And like just yesterday, I was looking at something with money, and I was like, why do I keep going to the same thing with money, which was the feeling of being overwhelmed? Why does this always come up? And I was facilitated beautifully to acknowledge that it was a lie. So I could not change the lie, as you said, but I needed to, and I needed someone to kind of contribute to me to zoom out, as you said. I think that's a very beautiful way to see it, to zoom out, to expand and look at, oh, actually, this is a lie. This is not even relevant to me. And I have been trying to change it or explain it or understand it, which does not work. So I think whatever you said beautifully, and that added to me. I hope it added to you guys as well. And I wonder what else is possible with business and with your lives. And Andre, is there anything else you would like to add before we finish?
I guess just leaving the awareness for all of you guys from now and from the future that you really can create anything. If you can perceive something, if you can imagine something, it is you're able to create it. And that's why this is in your world. And something that listen to me because I thought I hated Joy of Business and I never wanted to take a class. And now I'm like, I'm so in love with it. And I talk about this every day. for Brazil and for everybody that wants to hear about this. Like, in this reality, almost everything is about teaching you how to deal with stress and problems and how to solve it and how to overcome your limitations. And one thing that is available with Joy of Business is that you can start to put your attention in creating what you know is possible and taking the focus out of the problems and the things that you do not want. So start with the book and take some classes if you want to create something different, because it's really possible and it's so much easier than we think it is. And when somebody, if somebody told me that it's easier than I thought a few years ago, I would be like, fuck you. Like, I don't want to hear this. But it's really possible for us to get to someplace different. You just need to have to educate yourself and to have a new set of tools and a new perspective and put your energy in what you want to create. And this is what I want and everybody to know. And this is what I love about Joy of Business. And it's available for all of us. You just have to choose it. So choose whatever you like and know that this awesome set of tools is here for you to choose, like a little bit, a lot of it, and create the life that you deserve to have and that you know it's possible.
Oh, thank you so much. That is perfecto. Thank you so much. Thank you, Andre, and thank you everyone for being on. Share this live with whomever you would like to share it with, and let us know if you want more of these lives. We will be on again sometime soon. Thank you, Andre. Thank you for being
Thank
on.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.